Well, I'm Adrian McLaughlin, and in the play Peace in Our Time, I'm playing Fred Shattock, who is the landlord and I guess the owner of the Shy Gazelle, which is a small local pub. I think it's based around the Sloane Square area in London. We were the finest people in the world, see, but we were getting too pleased with ourselves. We all swore in 1918 that we'd never have another war. Then gradually, bit by bit, we allowed our politicians and our newspapers and our own selfishness to chivvy us into this one. Even as late as 1938, we were dancing in the streets because a silly old man promised us peace in our time. We knew bloody well there wasn't a dog's chance of peace in our time. And then suddenly, in 1939, we woke up, found ourselves in the soup. No guns, not enough aeroplanes, half the navy we should have had, and then what happens? In spite of the blood and toil and sweat and fighting on the beaches and in the streets, we got licked, see? We lost the Battle of Britain, not because our flying boys didn't do their best, but because of our stupidity. They hadn't got a chance. They got shot down. My son and hundreds of other people's sons. Now we've been conquered. Do you see now why I don't any longer quite believe all the things I was brought up to believe? Do you, Mrs. Borton? Okay, well, I'm Fred Shattock, and I own and run the Shy Gazelle with my wife Nora. It's early 1940s. The Germans have conquered us. We lost the Battle of Britain, we lost the war, and now we're effectively under enemy rule. We don't like it. All the regulars who come into the pub, they all know me, been running it for years, they all know Nora. Sadly, our son got shot down, lost him. It's inevitable in a war. We're trying to hold it together. I mean, it's tough because at times you just think, oh, just keep your head down and, keep quiet. Other times you think, we've got to do something. We can't just let them roll over us like they do. I hate it, actually. I hate it. I hate what they've done to us. Anyway, there's no point going on about it. We just get on with it. We open the pub every day, keep it open, welcome all the customers. We don't like it so much when the Germans come in. There's not a lot we can do about that. Well, not at the moment anyway. Yeah, that's it really. It's tough, but, we keep going. He's an interesting character. He and his wife Nora run it together, and in fact they're both interesting. They both kind of go through the same dilemmas. They've lost their son, they believe, in the war, shot down presumably over Germany. The Germans have conquered England in the play, and Fred and Nora, I think, kind of represent the solidity of English people, not just working class, which was a real, entity in those days, but a sort of essential Englishness generally. But what's fascinating, and I think this is where Noel Coward is a very clever writer, is that through the course of the play we see them going up and down in their emotions, in the sense that there are times and quite long periods when clearly they just decide to keep their head down, keep out of trouble, don't say anything that's going to cause problems. And that's quite fascinating because we all like to see ourselves, if we were in that situation, we'd be heroes and we'd do this, but we don't really. Daily life has a habit of dominating our thinking if we're not careful, and this is to an extent what happens to Fred and Nora. We do see them move on from that because of the events that unfold in the play. So it's a beautiful bit of writing, and it's very clever, and I love my character Fred and Nora and the relationship between the two, because I think it absolutely encapsulates something that hopefully none of us will ever have to go through.